everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dear Zander Mander, where you ask the questions and I answer them. This week is a very special week for us. I've asked you for the past few weeks to send in your music-related questions because our special guest question this week comes from a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. Our special guest this week was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll get to that a little bit later, but for now, let's get to your questions, all music related. Our first question this week is, what was the first album that you owned? Well, the very first album that I ever owned was an album that was a gift to me. And that album was What's Your Mama's Name by Tanya Tucker. Now, I'm not a big, huge country music fan. I don't discard it as an art form because country music is a part of our culture. But I have a very special place in my heart for Tanya Tucker. She was the first album that I ever owned, and she is, of course, the Texas Tornado, the bad girl of country. So I have gotten every album that she's ever done. Love her. The next question this week is, what types of music do you like? I like all types of music. In my musical collection, I have all types of music. Every genre, everything that you can imagine within it. But what I like about music is the artists that write and perform their own songs. That's what I like, because then I'm getting what they're giving. That's what I like the most, is when an artist gives of themselves enough to put it out for the rest of us to enjoy. Our next question is, what do you think of music stars that lip sync in concert? I think you all know what I think of that out there. I think it's bullshit. I think it's wrong in every sense of the word. You're supposed to be a singer, you're supposed to be a musical artist. When you go out on stage and those people have paid all that money to see you in concert, give them a concert. Sing live. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. The best lip syncers in the world are the drag queens, honey. And they do it better than you do. So if you're a musical star and you're watching this and you lip sync your shit out there on stage, well, I'm about to get censored now. Our next question is from Adrian. And Adrian is a classical guitarist, and we have a picture of her with her classical guitar. Adrian's question is, what song do you wish you had written? Wow, that's a really tough question, Adrian. I have many, many, many favorite songs. I have a favorite song by different artists, different bands, different genres. I have many favorite songs that I just love and that have touched me personally throughout my life. But if there was a song that I wish that I had written out of all of them, don't take this as a cliche, please, but I think I would choose Over the Rainbow. And the reason for that is it's the one song that I believe represents all the hopes and all the dreams that each of us share. And I think that's why that particular song is known by everyone around the entire world. Everyone knows this song, and I think the reason everyone knows it is because it has touched them in a very personal, special place. So that would be the song. Did you know that in June of 1977 a rat bit and killed Alice Cooper's famous boa? What's really funny about that is that the rat was supposed to be the boa's dinner that night. Uh-oh! This one I think is hysterical. You know ZZ Top? 3 guys, 2 guys, got beards down to all places. Well, the one guy who doesn't have a beard, his name is Frank Beard. My dear Rosemary, you will find queens out there that do rock and roll, but a lot of times when they do rock and roll, it's because of the theme of the show or whatnot, but there are queens out there that do it. Here's a couple examples. The first picture is a dear friend of mine known as Tina Torch, the Tits of Halstead. She puts it out in rock and roll. Here's another one, Tori Sass. Bitch will crank it out for you. And of course there's me. Hello! Guess what time it is, everybody? Special guest question time. Our special guest question this week comes from Roger Fisher. Roger Fisher. Roger Fisher. Oh my gosh. I am freaking out, everybody. Roger Fisher was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. He is the founding member and the original guitarist of the band Heart. Y'all know how much I love Heart, but Heart was not Heart without Roger Fisher. And he is here this week. He's got a video question for us. I am freaking out. Oh my gosh. I have seen Roger Fisher perform with Heart. I was there. Oh my God, the last time I saw him, I was front row, level to the stage, and right in front of me for the entire concert was Roger Fisher. This man showed me what rock and roll was really about when you have an axe, when you've got a guitar in your hands. This man was an animal. This man is still an animal. It just, he blew me away. He showed me what rock and roll and that guitar connection was really about. He took that guitar and he took that stage and he just tore it apart. It was just incredible. And he still does it today. He still is tearing it up. The man is a rock god. He's a guitar god. He's unbelievable. And here he is on my little itty bitty titty show. Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Fisher.
Given that it is true that global warming represents a major global calamity, not to mention the offshoots of global warming, which are increased storms, worse hurricanes, worse tornadoes, and the possibility of a pandemic, diseases that spread over large areas. If a couple things happen at the same time, we are in huge trouble. So, given that there is a potential for a global calamity, what are you doing about it?
Well, Roger, I can't change any global calamity that's going to happen. I can only, one, try to be prepared for it, but the other thing that I can do is try to prevent it. And the only things that I can do to prevent that, because I'm only one person in this entire universe, so it may seem insignificant what I'm trying to do, but there are a few things that I do. One of the things that I do is every light in my house are the energy bulbs, the energy saving bulbs. Even, well, I don't wear makeup, but even the makeup mirrors are surrounded in energy bulbs. Every light in my entire home is that way. Another thing that I do is when I go shopping, I bring my canvas bags with me. I do not get the plastic, I do not get the paper. I bring my canvas bags, including my freezer bag for all the frozen items that I buy. So I do that. Now I live in Chicago, and Chicago has its good points and its bad points. One of the good points is its public transportation, which I'll use the public transportation. I do own a car, but I'm only in that car once, maybe twice a week, and those are very short trips. I'm not in the car very often, so that keeps down on that. So those are the few ways that I try to prevent what you're talking about happening. As I said, Roger, I can't stop a global calamity. I can only help prevent it. So these little things that I'm doing will hopefully prevent it. And if each of us out there would do these things, it might help even more. Thank you, Roger Fisher, for sending in your question. Thank you for taking the time to videotape your question. Thank you for being a part of this madness. Thank you for your music. Thank you for your artistry. I cannot wait for the completed project to be released. Roger Fisher's new musical adventure is called One Vision Project, a musical, photographic, videographic, and literary masterpiece 40 years in the making. A body of works of artistic exploration and growth starting in the late 1960s and carrying through uninterrupted to the present. A unique presentation incorporating the full phalanx of popular media, iTunes, YouTube, social networking, websites, concerts, and public appearances, combined and integrated into a fun, engrossing adventure of discovery and inspiration. The project is composed of 4 volumes or concepts. Each acts as a theme or gateway collection of songs and lead the listener ever deeper into the body of work, which is composed of hundreds of songs, videos, photographs, artwork, and written material. The One Vision Project has kicked off with the first single from the first album, All Told. The first single, One Vision, is now available on iTunes. Until next time, you all rock on and you get home safe. I'll see you soon. Good night.